So, talking about the idea of letting that water flow underneath the bridge, being healthy, one of the healthy things I see with this particular project that you have, the band itself, is the fact that you're doing it because you love it. And I think anybody in that audience, it's obvious that you guys are having fun, which is what music should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's sort of been. It was a cool thing to get it back together for a reunion gig, but the real surprise was how much fun it was, and that it like kicked in again. And it's we have the opportunity to do this now as long as we can remain upright.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure now to be what a label wants. Or what a manager wants, it used
where
to be,
we think we should be in our lives.
Yeah, it's
like,
just, we're just doing it.
Whether it pays enough or...
And we're really fortunate because we found that, there's other people like us in the Inland Empire that have got it back together, like Chris and the Dangers, And, in our band, prior to the Sedans, Private Sector, Steve and I played with the Dangers many times, and...
Sedans too.
In the Sedans, with the Sedans, and it's really rewarding to come over here like for Stock and see this lineup of adult bands that guys with experience and guys who've been riding a long time, and you just wow, we have all this quality right here, and. It sort of feels like the 80s again in that respect.
That seems to be a recurring theme with a lot of people, and I think it was Lazy Greg Lewis brought that up. In saying that, and having that opportunity, I'm seeing a lot of people in our age group, 40s, 50s. What would be a piece of advice you could give to a younger songwriter and musician? We discussed this a little bit. You also just mentioned the dream of the record label, or what a record producer wants, or making money. What would you tell these kids coming up that are doing their own thing or trying to? What would you say?
Don't quit.
Yeah.
I would say put the music first. Put the passion that you have for the music first ahead of anything else. Really, and just play what you love. Be true to yourself. That's what I would say.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not happy,
don't
doing
follow
it, don't
trends
do it.
and whatnot. Don't try and be what you think other people want you to be.
Because really, I think for now, for young artists, I mean, as far as the path that we were going for in the '80s, that does not exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And when a band gets signed to a label, you have to give up so many things that weren't asked of the bands that were signed during our time in the '80s, and I'm really happy to see how many young artists are doing the do-it-yourself thing and really building it, and I think that's really the stronger future, because it's about writing as much as you can, getting as much of that in the can in a recorded form as you can, and just creating a catalog. Because if you get 10 years into it and nothing's happened yet, and something clicks and you get attention and everything, you want to be sure that people have that catalog to go back to, because that's what really you really that it really pays off. And like with Chris and the Dangers, he started recording again at some point, doing an album a year, and now they're getting to the point where they're really hitting a critical mass, where they're getting listeners who are going back and buying the whole thing. And that's all their money. It doesn't go to the label, it doesn't go to management, it doesn't go to an agent. It's a whole do-it-yourself thing. And it used to be that was your stepping stone to a deal, but I think now it's the deal. You're going to keep more of your stuff. You're going to make more money on what you do. A handful of people get to go up to that big extreme stardom, and if you look at most of those people and what they've sacrificed, well, you better be ready to sacrifice that stuff, like a good relationship, a strong, steady relationship, a home where you stay in, because when you're at that huge level, it's work, you're on the road, and be ready for it. And just like I said, just a handful of people that really get to that level. And you look at really so many of the indie bands now that have a buzz and are getting good press and everything, and when you talk to them, it's like, well, we're getting by, and be ready for that. You know, I don't think it's realistic to look at it like I'm going to go in this and make lots of money, but if you do it right, a lot of people are going to really respect you and your songs. You know, you're writing songs and you're making music because you know how music feels to you, and I mean, that's the reward for me and my songs. You know, I haven't had a hit, but I know a lot of people that really, really have dug my songs, and that's the reward. I'm happy with it.
I hear it's hard to be cool these days.
What's cool?
Exactly, right?
What's cool? And everything is, you know, there's no mainstream anymore. There's no, you know, the mainstream's very narrow.
Seems to be an advantage on their part.
Absolutely. Yeah, go out and find listeners.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time today. Do you have any last thoughts?
I want to thank Maria for having us at the studio.
Yeah, but keep at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't quit.
Yeah,
Don't stop.
it's still fun.
Follow your bliss.
Yeah, we have a lot of years in, and it's really more fun than ever now.
Educate yourself. You know, don't be afraid of the education and
Learn about the business.
Yeah.
Don't let people take advantage of you. Keep your songs.
learn.
Stay away from drugs.
Yes, stay away from drugs.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I look forward to hearing more from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right.